Hello, our topic is activity planning in the Veboni ERP program. You can create your activity plans from the Operations tab, Definitions, Activity Planning page in the menu. After selecting your hotel on the page that opens, click on the List button. You will find two identification forms on this page. With the plus button at the top, you can specify the start and end days of the season for your activities and the days that are open between these dates. In the form at the bottom, you can create the fields of your related activity, the prices and capacities of these fields. Let's make plans for an activity. I click on the plus button at the top. From here, I choose my activity. For example, Chinese a la carte. Let the start date of my a la carte be July 5th and the end date be 31/10. In the description section, I write the description of my a la carte. In the capacity section, I write the capacity of my a la carte for one day. For example, a capacity of 90 people. If the relevant a la carte is open for sale on the website, I can check this here. If my a la carte is open and closed on fixed days during a week, I can mark the days that are open here. If they are open and closed on different days, when I click on the calendar from the multi-day planning page, I can click on which days they are open. Let's imagine that it is open these days. We have planned that it will be open on these days during this season. After selecting the hotel in the Activity Rights section, if we give our guests free activity rights according to their stay, we can define it from this page. With the plus button here, I can define how many activities they are entitled to, depending on the hostel, concept type, agency, price type, and how many days they have stayed. With the attached button, I schedule the days of the activity. After defining our related activity, we can define a new activity by right-clicking on it. We can update the currently selected activity. In the same way, we can review or delete the logs of the selected activity. After determining the open days of our activity during the season, you can create the areas, prices, and capacities of your activity by clicking the plus button at the bottom while the activity is selected. In the form that opens, it continues by selecting 19 from the field section. I chose it as the first session. If the relevant area of our related activity is open for sale on the web page, you can check this here. I continue by selecting our default currency. Let's say the start time of the session is 7 o'clock in the afternoon and 10 o'clock at the end. In the afternoon. In the pricing section, we continue by choosing the appropriate one from per person and unit prices. I choose the per person price. Let the price of adult external participation be, for example, 100 liras. Make the child price half the price. Let the adult hotel price be 80 euros and the child price 40 euros. In the minimum-maximum pack section, if you want to set a minimum limit of 1 and a maximum limit of 6 people on a ticket, you can specify the limit in this field. In the capacities section, you can specify the external participation hotel and web capacities here. 30 external engagement capacities. Let the hotel capacity be 30 and the web capacity likewise be 30. This means the following. We have specified a capacity of 90 people above. This Chinese a la carte has a capacity limit of 90 per day. This is where we indicate the limit of capacity at 19 o'clock. If we are going to create 3 areas with a capacity of 90 people, we need to create the total capacity in 19 areas. The user can set the limits here accordingly. On the web, for example, if you give 10 capacities, you cannot sell over 10 people. Therefore, the capacity you write here should change accordingly. When we come to the minimum-maximum age of children, for example, when we write 12 to 6, anyone under the age of 6 is considered a free child. Children between the ages of 6 and 12 benefit from the child price here. Those over the age of 12 benefit from adult prices. Form number is the field where we specify the order in which this field should appear in the reports. You can actually write the same as session. I continue by writing 1. By control button. If you do not want to apply by control procedure in your company, you can apply it by clicking here. If your company has a procedure such as no entrance fee for female guests, you can register the form by clicking the button here. In the description section, you can write the description in the relevant field of your related activities. I continue by typing this field. You can upload photos and templates if you want to offer the space for sale on a website. Let's not forget to add templates in other languages in the Templates tab. In the Periods tab, if the prices differ between certain sales recipes and certain ticket recipes, you can add them in the Periods tab. With the Add button, I add my field at 19 o'clock. Let's define our other field in my related activity. In the same way, while the activity is selected above, let's open our other form with the plus button at the bottom. In the Zone section, this time we choose 30 out of 19. In the Session section, we indicate that it is the second session. We make the Open for Sale closed settings. Again, we continue by selecting our default currency. This time, let the session start at 7:30. 22 p.m. at the end. This time let's enter the unit price, and let's assume that our price is now, for example, 500 euros. Let's have a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 6 packets. This means the following. It means that whether one person buys it or 6 people buy it, they will pay 500 euros in total. We need to enter capacity individual, hotel, and web capacities. My capacities here should also be 30, 30, 30. Let's go into minimum maximum child ages, 6 to 12. The session with the form number is the second session, so come in the second row. As I said, if the entrance is free for male control and female guests, we click the button here. Fill in the remark. We define the second field with the Add button. After defining the fields, if we right-click, we can add a new field. It can update the selected area, review logs, or delete them. In the Close Activity for Sale tab, for example, if you want to close a certain area of an activity for sale on a certain day, or to remove it completely, you can do it from this tab. For example, let's call the Mexican a la carte. It came in the order of July 19th. There are 19, 1930, and 20 fields available on July 19th. For example, when I right-click on someone, I get the options Close Sale and Not Live. Close for Sale closes for sale on the day and area you select. It will still appear on the website but will not allow purchases. If it is not live, only the selected area of the event you selected on the date you selected will be unpublished. Sales continue on other days and areas.